So, are you a manager or an even higher level executive? If so, I would love it if you listen to this Prezi video, because there may be some things that you won't like to hear, but they will completely, and they have the potential to completely change the success of your organization. And what if you are not a manager or an exec? Well, then I really hope that you're going to share this video, because probably once you hear what I'm going to share, these are your presentation struggles and how you can fix them. And probably you'll be hoping that your manager will actually see it. So what am I even talking about? What I want us to cover in those next 15 or 20 minutes is 3 issues that we see in the presentation world that many organizations do, that if you don't fix, you will continue to lose people's time, you will continue to ruin both your personal and your organizational reputation, and last but not least, you will continue to miss on opportunities to grow as an individual and opportunities to grow the business and the company that you work for. So what are those 3 things, right? What are those 3 things? Well, the first one is, how do we approach, and how do managers or HR or learning and development approach presentation trainings? And I don't know how that sounds right now, but stay with me on it, okay? It's not potentially what you think it is, okay? So stay with me here. The second one is, how do we end up complete lack of understanding of what it takes to build and deliver what we call at 356 Labs truly effective presentation. And it's all around time and how much time do we spend on it. And the third one is all about the moment when you as the manager, or you as the person who works for that manager, the manager outsources a presentation so that someone on the team can help out. And how there is lack of collaboration there in the process and what it leads up to, right? So these are the 3 things that I really want us to talk about. Just very quickly to recap, it's all about those 3. The trainings that we organize on the topics of presentation skills, as you're about to see, how much time it really takes to build and deliver a successful presentation, and what happens when you try to outsource a presentation. Now, my name is Boris. I'm the founder of presentation agency 356 Labs, which is the biggest premium presentation agency in the CEE region. We work with and for many of the biggest brands in the world, I would say, and we help them write, design, and deliver truly effective presentations. Since recently, we actually got involved in helping those same brands with their virtual and hybrid events. And we help them we work for them from start to finish on those events. The reason why they're asking us for help now, not just to be their internal presentation team, but now to be their event management team, if you wish, is because we did something truly special. And that truly special thing was related to something that we have done last year, which is a conference that is called Present to Succeed. Present to Succeed is the biggest presentation skills event on the planet. Last year, just to give you context of how large it is, last year we got more than 3,000 people from more than 53 countries. And this year, what we are doing and what we are planning for in 2022, in April 2022 is the next edition. We are planning for 10,000 people from more than, obviously, 53 countries. 2 days again with absolutely the brightest minds in the world of storytelling, presentation design, data visualization, public speaking, etc. Just to give you context, number 1 body language expert in the world, Mark Bowden, the co-founder of Ritz-Carlton Hotels, Horst Schulze, and Capella Group for that matter, Emmy Award winners like Jessica Chen, etc., etc. So again, if you want to learn more about what we do at 356 Labs in regards to presentations, trainings, events, etc., you know where to find us. It's 356 Labs, not 365. And if you want to enroll your whole organization in Present to Succeed in April 2022 on the price of just 1 training, which sounds crazy, but it's possible, ping me on LinkedIn and let's discuss it, all right? I know that you're not here for that, so let's fire it up and let's discuss those 3 issues that I mentioned. The first one of which is all about this topic, and that topic that's called presentation skills training. Now, what do I mean? Many organizations approach presentation skills trainings in the following way. They search for a presentation training. By the way, first of all, that is great that they're approaching it this way. Be that the HR, be that the learning and development team, be that someone else, be that you as the manager of the team is searching for a solution like that. And that's great, right? Congratulations first on growing the team in that direction. Now, I want to kind of share with you a very short story of what happens very often in our case and with our customers that you shouldn't be doing, all right? Because if you recognize yourself in this and you don't fix it, you are throwing money in the trash can, all right? You are losing on, you're just missing opportunities here. So what do I mean? Well, a few months ago, we received an email in our inbox with a request for training. The last sentence in that email was about, and it was saying, hey team, we would love to discuss this over the phone. So when you have the opportunity, call us. The phone is in the signature below. Great, I thought to myself, another training opportunity. We love those. We do them for so many years now. So we reached out over the phone 1 hour after that email arrived in our inbox, and we started talking with the HR. Now, just for your context, this lady was absolutely great, absolutely amazing. She had the best intentions for her team, all right? The best intentions. So we are talking about the sales team. She was tasked with finding a presentation training provider for the sales organization, having in mind that this is an IT company. They're trying, the salespeople are the people that are presenting the product and are trying to create interest and even close deals on the spot with some of those companies that they're presenting in front. Now, as part of the conversation, because I saw how it was going, and you will find what I mean after a second, I needed to ask one question, which was this one. Define me presentation skills, right? Define me presentation skills. Now, the reason why I'm going with this is because many times when I ask her, hey, what's like define for me presentation skills? She's saying, well, Boris, body language, handling interruptions, keeping the audience engaged, handling questions properly, all of that. And now I would hopefully I won't surprise many of you, but that's not what makes a presentation successful, right? And what I want to do here is to play a game, all right? In a minute, I'll go silent for 5 seconds. And I'll give you those 5 seconds so that you can think about the last presentation that you consider truly successful, right? You have 5 seconds, and the only thing that I want to ask you here is for you to think what made that presentation so successful, all right? Are you ready? I'm going silent in 3, 2, 1, go. Now it's your turn. You have 5, 4, 3, 2. Ready? Is there a presentation now on top of your mind that truly impressed you? Which one is it? And what made it so successful? Was it the delivery? Was it the way the speaker or the speakers went, I don't know, maybe on stage and delivered that presentation? Was that their body language alone? Or was it a combination of few things? Maybe. Was it there? Is there a moment where you adored and you were so engaged by the content itself, by the story itself? And was there a moment when you were truly impressed by the visuals that they were using? You see what I mean here? When you try and think about successful presentations that you experienced yourself, you probably notice that they are a mixture of those 3 components. And most presentations, most, not all, okay, most presentations should be a mix of those 3 components. And when they play in perfect sync, you have a chance to get what you want from that presentation. Now, why am I saying all of that? Well, the reason why I'm saying all of that is because we were tasked, and this lovely HR was talking about a training on the delivery, right? If you hear her, and if you hear her explanations, you will hear that she's looking for a training on public speaking, like how do you approach a stage? How do you go in a boardroom and present there? However, it turns out that because for each and every customer that we have, especially for the training context, we always ask for a meeting with a group, or at least we ask for some videos if possible, so that we see how they present, so that we can see what are the gaps, what are the places where we can help them. And so she was so great to send us 4 videos of some of the sales team. And she was right. They definitely could improve in their delivery. She was right. However, if you analyze the videos the way we do, so that we can customize the training even further to each and every case in each and every organization in each and every team, you will find that that same group, which are incredible professionals, by the way, they also needed some help with their storytelling skills and with the design skills, the presentation design skills. It was not just the delivery, right? And so that's what we actually did. We have created a customized program. We included all of those modules. We included practice sessions for each one of those. Delivered the training, and the training was super successful. And how do you know it's successful? Well, when your customers from Monaco, right? When a customer from Monaco comes to you wanting to sign the deal on the spot and asks you, how did you prepare for the meeting with them? They're that impressed. That is telling you something. I mean, that's a good sign, right? That's a good sign. So that being said, again, I just want to recap that if you are the person responsible for looking for the trainings for your team, be careful, be mindful of what you want to include in that training. And that being said, don't forget, we are now living in a complete different world where virtual presentations are the new normal. Virtual meetings and hybrid meetings, right, are here to stay. And so our people need to know how to communicate through those channels. So you're planning a presentation skills training. Are you incorporating some of those things? Are you planning to have something included in the training to cover the specifics of Zoom, Google Meet, Microsoft Teams, WebEx, whatever? Are you also planning for your team to learn more about this great tool, Prezi and Prezi Video? Because it's definitely going to help you out communicate virtually. And are you planning, like, truly to understand the differences between the in-person world and this virtual medium, where even things like the webcam setup, the microphone, the light play humongous role in the effectiveness of the presentation? So I'm saying all of that not because of anything else, but because I want you to be successful when you're hiring a partner, be that a freelancer, be that a training agency. It's your choice. Be mindful of what your people truly need, and don't forget that a truly effective presentation consists of the story, the design, and the delivery. Okay? Bonus idea here, everybody. If you are the manager, if you are the team lead, if you are a high-level executive, you are working on this training, or you're working with HR on this training. They have found a training provider. They have selected it. Talk with them and make sure that your people will be free to go to that training, meaning they are not going to be asked to work during the training. Because you will be surprised how many times we work with, again, many of the biggest brands out there. Their managers expect the students to work during the training. Well, that's not effective. It is not effective. Or the other favorite one, there is a practice session that's planned where your people will have to rehearse and deliver a presentation in front of the group. And then somehow we need to ask those people to do that on the same day of the training or on the next one. How is that going to happen? Like, when is it going to happen? Let's plan for 3 to 5 business days before those sessions so that they have enough time to prepare. Okay? Please, please, please. You're investing a ton of money into this training initiative. Extract as much as possible. And speaking about time, that's the second issue. It's not my favorite. It's the second issue that we want to talk about in this Prezi video. And it's all about those moments when you as the manager ask one of your team members to deliver a presentation that's in one way or the other significant and important, and there is a lot at stake there. However, you are asking them to plan, build, and deliver that presentation, yet you're asking them to deliver that presentation on top of everything. On top of everything else that they have. So my question is, how? How do you think they're going to be able to do this? Because if you think about it, you are busy, but they're also busy. And now you are adding a significant task, one more very significant task to their everyday. So how do you think that will work? So again, my advice here, if I'm able to give you advices, my advice here is, if you're the manager, if you're the team lead, if you are the high-level executive, and you are asking someone to deliver that presentation in front of a new customer, in front of potential investor, talk with them, right? See how much time they would need and try to make sure that they have that time, or at least as much as you can give them. See whether or not you can deprioritize some of their tasks so that they have that time. Because trust me when I say this, because we see many people, they want to do their best. They just don't have the time to do it every single time, but they want to do their best. And by the way, if you are the employee that's being tasked with this presentation, well, speak up, everybody. Talk with your manager. I mean, the fact that they trusted you with that presentation, that means a lot, right? You need to understand that. That's a great sign for you. However, be so, like, just go there and talk with them and say that you want to do your best, but it just requires time. Can we do something about it? Can I do this one task next week so that I can use this part of, like, half of the week working on my presentation, right? Just try to figure out those ways. All right. You see that but I really hope that you will see understanding on the other side. And then it's the third issue that I really want us to discuss very quickly. It is all about collaboration. And we already kind of mentioned collaboration in the previous case, but here I want to talk about collaboration in the context of you as the manager or the team lead, or again, as the executive. Sorry for repeating it so many times. You have an important presentation in front of you, and now you want to outsource it to someone on your team. However, you don't want to collaborate there. Like, you expect them to build that presentation and send it to you over email or whatever, and you expect it to be great. How is that going to happen? Like, wait a minute. How is that even going to happen? Just again, a very quick story here. One of the biggest companies in Europe, you are buying the groceries on a daily basis from them. Let's just say that their presentation is on our portfolio at 356labs.com. I cannot tell you the name, but I would tell you that the presentation is with blue color. Okay, so go and check it out. You know that company. We have to deliver a presentation. We are being asked to design the presentation for their CEO. Why? Well, they don't have presentation designers in their team. They don't have even designers in their team. So we're being asked, hey, can you help us with the design? We want it to be on the world class because the conference is super important. We are also sponsors, yada, yada, yada. All right, sure. Now, the design of the presentation follows the story. Remember, story, design, delivery. And so we ask, so what about the story, right? And the PR team on the other end says, no worries, we are going to write it. She's going to we're going to write it for her. Let me bring that screen for you again. All right, wait a minute. This is a problem. It's very, very hard for you to write the words and put it in the mouth of the CEO. Very, very hard. You are not the CEO. All right, and there is nothing wrong with it. So what we have done is to warn them multiple times that this project at the end will end up costing double the amount. Now see the money flying, right? Will cost double. Why is it going to cost double in time and thus double in money? Because we're going to finish this presentation and based on the story that they prepared. we're going to present it in front of the CEO, and she will say, because we have heard that multiple times, she will say, who did this? And so the presentation project will start from the beginning, from scratch. And so we will need to create another one, thus multiplying the budget, not to mention how much pressure it's put on time and on everyone involved, right? So this is exactly, by the way, what ended up happening in this case, even though they were warned multiple times. It's because the CEO and the person in this case, the manager or the executive or whoever, was not involved in the process, right? They were not involved, and that is not okay. Most of the times it's not okay. Now, on the contrary, by the way, let me give you another case. Brilliant collaboration, brilliant communication between us in this case at 356 Labs and one of the biggest banks in Europe, their CEO and their CCO, the Chief Commercial Officer. This presentation that we're building has to be sent to the owner of the bank, who is, oh, by the way, a Russian oligarch, right? So he intends, listen to this one, intends to lay off 60 people from that organization, from that bank. After he receives this presentation, which took us a very short time to build because of the great collaboration between everybody and the great involvement of everyone, right? The result ended up being very different. Very different. He stopped thinking of laying off 60 people and decided and approved the bank to hire more than 100 new people. These are my friends and your friends potentially having their dream job now. That's the power of collaboration. That's the power of great communication. That's also the power of a single presentation, right? So don't underestimate it. It's your presentation. I know, I understand. You want some help from your people, a freelancer, an agency. Great. You're busy. Of course you will need help. However, plan the time to collaborate. That is truly important. Please put in your schedule time for collaboration. This presentation is yours. This is not your website. Presentations are very personal. You have to feel comfortable with it. It has to be a representation of you because it's you and your name and your reputation on the line. It's different. It's personal. So you need to be part of it. And yet again, to everyone else involved, if you are being asked to do that presentation and help, first of all, feel grateful that you are the one selected for that because again, it's all about trust here, right? Their executives don't outsource or ask someone for help that they don't trust. It's very important. But again, speak up. If you notice that there is no communication, no collaboration from their end, speak up. Tell them what the risk is. Tell them that you have the greatest intention to build something that will achieve the goal that they are chasing. But speak up early on and tell them that you will need them at least for 30 minutes per week, let's say. I don't know exactly the case, but tell them that you will need them, right? Oh man. So what have we talked in this last 20 minutes? Just to recap, if you're searching for a training, don't forget that successful presentations have 3 components most of the times. You may want to train your people on all of those 3, right? So plan that in your training, plan that with the training provider that you are approaching also. See whether or not they have the experience and the expertise to deliver that training and that they have done it for other brands and other organizations so that you understand that they are not doing it just for themselves, but also know how to apply those same techniques and tips and tricks in other people's cases with their specifics, right? Second, if you are asking someone to deliver a presentation, free up their schedule, give them some time to work on it, right? They want to do their best, trust me, but try to give them as much time as they need. And third, if you want help as the manager, and if you need help with your presentation, plan to collaborate. Plan in your schedule to have some time where you will be working together with the team or together with the person that's helping you out build that presentation, right? So next step here, everybody, share this video. Share this video if you truly believe in those ideas if you think and you support those ideas. Because if you do, by the way, I cannot say anything else but congratulations, you're on your way to achieve incredible business results. Until then, thank you so much for spending the time. My name is Boris. I hope that we're going to collaborate at some point in the future, or I hope that I will see you at Present to Succeed, or why not both? Thanks again and good luck.